Yo, Doomways here. The video response to Top 3 Tuesday from edt1138 this week featuring okchief420. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done one of these. Probably since I was featured. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Top 3 favorite handheld games. Now this one is an easy one for me. Because I grew up with an NES primarily. We also had an Atari 2600, but then I had a Game Boy that I received as a kid, and that was my primary system. Because we just had the NES on the living room TV, and the 2600 wasn't even hooked up all the time. I had to ask to hook it up, and so I wasn't allowed to play games just whenever I wanted, unless it was on my Game Boy. So, naturally, that's kind of the games that I started to gravitate towards. And I've got 3 of my favorite titles for the system. Obviously, my top 3, and they're all 3 Game Boy games, because I didn't have any other handheld growing up, actually. Number 3 is one of the games I got right after the Christmas after I got my original Game Boy. And my birthday's in November, so it wasn't that long after. This is actually my favorite game of this series, and I've mentioned it in another video before, I think, and that is Metroid 2, Return of Samus. This is actually my favorite Metroid game that I've played. I've heard that it's a lot like Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo, but I have actually never played that, and I don't own that, so I can't possibly compare it, you know, me personally, but I've heard good things about Super Metroid, and I'm sure it's really good, so I need to try that. But yeah, Super Metroid, or Metroid 2, Return of Samus, is an excellent, excellent Metroid game for the original Game Boy. Next, I'll pick this game. This is one of 2 games that I probably put the most hours into ever, video game-wise. I think Doom is probably the game that I've put the most hours in, but this is probably a close second. This might even be first. I don't know. I'm not really keeping track. And it's basically because it's the whole series of games too, but it's Pokemon Red. I remember getting this not right when it came out, because I had a friend who had the blue version, and he got it fairly close to when it came out, maybe a ways down the road. But I borrowed it from him and played for a while, got addicted, and begged my mom to get this for me. And finally, this is my original red version. Still saves, actually. And yeah, I've played this game through so many times, and I have blue version, and I had yellow and gold and silver, and yeah, just the whole franchise was just amazing to me. It still is. I still play, actually. Got the DS games too as well. And then my number 1 handheld game of all time is also another one of my favorites in the series, and that is Zelda Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy. This was the pack-in that came with my original Game Boy. A lot of people got Tetris, but I got Zelda Link's Awakening. So this was the first game that I played on the Game Boy, and I didn't beat it for a really long time, actually. I didn't beat it until I was an adult, and I've actually lost my original copy. This is actually one that I repurchased not too long ago. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my original copy, but it took me forever to beat the game. I never did beat it. It took me forever to get to as far as I was. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't beat it, but there was just some step that I was missing that I never did get. But it's a great game. It's not hard once you find what you're looking for. And it's very fun, and it's a really good story and a really good Zelda game. So, that was my top 3, Metroid 2, Pokemon Red, and Zelda Link's Awakening for the original Game Boy. Top 3 handhelds. Okay, thanks to edt1138 and okchief420. Great question, and thanks for watching.